Good morning, everybody. Come on in. Um, I wanted to talk a little bit this morning. Someone actually inboxed me, and they was like, I need you to go live." And I said, "Thank you for the push," because the reality is, I am super shy when it comes to going live. Um, and I know sometimes probably people probably wouldn't believe that, but I am super super shy, and I don't like to go live. Um, I don't know. It's just something. It's one of those things. I mean, I'm learning to overcome, but I appreciate those that push me. So this morning, um, I want to talk about the peace and preparation. So I'm gonna let a couple people get on, then I'm gonna just get started, and guys can just catch the replay. But I pray you guys are having an amazing morning. That you guys are allowing the peace of God to surround you. Let's see. I'm gonna share it. If you guys can share it, and we're gonna get started in a minute. It is Thursday. Let's see. Good morning, good morning. Come on in. Welcome, welcome. We have some conversation we're going to have this morning. I'm excited. All right. So I've shared it. I'm about to dive in. Good morning, good morning. Welcome. Come on in. All right. So this morning, I want to talk about something called preparation. Okay, something called preparation, and the thought that God really had given me on this topic is there is peace in preparation. And I think a lot of times we are quick to execute, but we are slow to prepare. We're quick to execute, but slow to prepare. And I think it's because a lot of times we feel like we're going to miss out on something, or it's not going to happen quick enough, or we're looking at what other people are doing. And so our mindset is on execution. But we don't take the time for preparation. And so, again, there is peace in preparation. There is peace in preparing. There is peace when we take the time to actually plan out the things that we want to do versus stop being so quick to just execute and just do without having a solid plan. Okay, so I know a lot of times people talk about how people they prepare for the wedding, but they do not prepare as much for the actual marriage. We take the time and we spend a lot of money to prepare for the wedding day, for people to come and see what we're doing, what we got going on, the dress that you're gonna wear. But we don't take that same amount of time and effort to actually prepare for the marriage. We can spend all this money on the wedding day, but do we spend the same amount of money on counseling, on getting help to make sure that we are able to maintain this thing that we about to walk into? So there is peace in preparation, because in business and in life in general, we spend a lot of money to make things appear to be like they are something, but we don't take the necessary money that it takes to actually do what we say that we're going to do. So walk with me. So we will take the money and get websites, get logos, pay for posts, pay for marketing, right? We'll do all of those things because it is the appearance that something is happening. It's the appearance of, I got me a business, right? But we don't take that necessary time to actually invest in the craft that we are promoting. So we cannot continue this thing where we are so in execution mode, but we don't take that same time to actually prepare for the thing we're trying to execute. We don't take the necessary classes. We're not saving our money. We're not doing all of these different things in order for those things to align with where we're going and what we want to do. So again, what did I say? There is peace in preparation. There is a peace of mind. There are a lot of you that don't have a peace of mind because you lack preparation. And I said this a lot of times, is that I don't feel like people don't have the knowledge, but we lack the discipline for the execution part. But the only way that we're going to execute is if we first understand the preparation. There's peace in preparation. A lot of us are all over the place because we don't know how to prepare. I'll never forget this time when I was married and I was telling my mom, like, I'm struggling with just trying to get to church on time, you know? And she said, you're going to have to prepare at night. You are going to have to prepare at night. She said, you're going to have to pack that bag. You're going to have to get your clothes out. Get the baby's clothes out. Prep the water in the bottles. Get the little things to prep the formula. If you decide you're going to cook in the morning, have your stuff already ready and prepared. Because if not, I was waking up in the morning and I felt like I was going to go crazy. I was waking up in the morning and I was like, I'm not going to make it to church. And a lot of us are not making it because we lack preparation. A lot of us are not going forward. We're not moving forward. We're not able to do the things that we want to do because we have not mastered this thing called preparation. We are living in anxiety. We're living in fear. We're living in borderline depression because we don't know how to prepare for this thing called life. I'm not saying that life is not going to happen. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that we're not going to face trials. I'm not saying that we're not going to face situations. I'm not saying that sometimes life is going to happen. But what I will say is that we have to be better prepared for the things of life. And specifically for those of you that have businesses. There is a thing called preparation. And so the reason why we have this turmoil going on in our minds is because we don't know how to prepare. And we have not disciplined ourselves for this thing called preparation. There is peace. There is peace in preparation. When I'm telling you, people feel like I cannot get things done. I can't do it. I can't. This is why we got people that are 10 years down the line that every single year they say, this is my year. Every single year is your year. And every single year will continue to not be your year if you do not prepare for it to be your year. In my mindset shift class, one thing I talk about is this thing called preparation and mindset shift. And so we talk about how, we want to lose weight, right? But we don't set alarms to wake ourselves up. And then the other thing is, for me, I'll speak for myself. A lot of times I get up in the morning, I'm like, man, what am I going to put on? What am I going to wear? Where are my shoes? Where are my weights? Where's everything that I need to be successful, to properly execute this thing called working out? And so I realized that in order for me to be successful and follow through with this thing called execution and not keep saying that every morning I'm going to work out and then I never do it, is the night before, I need to make sure that my clothes are laid out. I need to make sure that my weights are in place. I need to make sure that my shoes are in place. I need to make sure if I decide I'm going to the gym that my keys and my purse. And so that I'm not waking up and I have this excuse that I'm not ready. Woo! I have this excuse that I'm not prepared. And a lot of us have these excuses, because I'm going to call it an excuse that says, oh, I wasn't ready. I wasn't prepared. But it's because, why? Because you lack that preparation. And so you're all over the place when you wake up in the morning. Same thing, I give the example with devotion, right? I want to wake up. I'm going to pray more. I'm going to seek God in the morning. I want to meditate. I'm going to do yoga. All these different things that we say that we're going to wake up and do. But there's no alarm that's been set. We don't go to sleep at a proper time. We don't even have, like, this is how deep sometimes you got to be, right? You need to clear out some space and make sure that wherever it is that you're going to do your workout, your yoga, your meditation, it's clear, that it doesn't have any clutter on it. That leaves you without an excuse as to why you did not accomplish the task that you wanted to accomplish. So again, I say there is peace in what? Preparation. There's peace in preparation. I know we don't like this type of conversation. I know this conversation is hard. I know this conversation is not easy because we keep on saying, like, I'm not here because she has a better chance as me. I haven't made it there because, I'm looking at what this person has and they have all the opportunity in the world. And I'm not saying that sometimes we are not at disadvantages, but what I will say is that a lot of times we don't have the things that we need and we're not able to move forward where we're supposed to be is because we do not have preparation. We're not prepared. Let me tell you, the reason why I started coaching is because there were a lot of people that had great ideas. But the one thing I always said is that if somebody came to you and said, I have the money to fund where you want to go, what is your plan? Could you tell me where you are going? We are waiting on God to do things. We're waiting on God to move. We're waiting on him to do this miraculous thing. And like I said in the beginning of the year, that we have to be intentional about what we do. And so we can't continue to live like haphazardly without having a clear plan of where we're going. And that plan is what? In the preparation. We have great ideas. I'm telling you, I coach people all the time that have great ideas. The problem is not the idea. The problem is that we lack preparation. We don't want the preparation. We want to execute. I just want to do, but I don't know where I'm going. I just want to do it. I just want to work my business, but I don't want to plan my business. I just want to, do my life, but I don't want to plan my life. And so when you don't have that preparation, when you don't have a plan of where you're going, guess what? You end up on these different paths that you didn't want to go in, that you didn't want to do. You spend there are so many people, they spend so much money on marketing, right? But what are you marketing? What are you marketing? Like, you spent all this money on this great marketing plan. Like, girl, your website is amazing, but what is the plan? And so, like, again, I said there's peace in preparation. And so the last thought I want to leave with you guys is about what it takes. So I'm not a person that likes outside. I have a lot of space to like grow things, right? But I'm not a person that likes outside. But the one thing I've always heard people talk about when it comes to planting, is how they have to prepare the soil for the seed. They just don't put the seed in the ground how it is and say grow. Right? They have to prepare the soil for the seed. So a lot of us are wanting our things in our life to grow. A lot of us are wanting to plant a seed in our business, in our life, but you have not taken the time to prepare the soil to plant the seed. There's peace in preparation. There's a peace of mind that comes with being prepared. There's a peace of mind with having a plan before you execute. And I'm going to say this, and it's no indictment to the person, because let me tell you something. People have to do their job. There's nothing wrong with that. So, a lot of times people, when you're coaching or doing different things, people will inbox you. And they're like, I have this opportunity, do you want to make, more money with your business? I can get you more clients, whatever. And I'm like, yes, you know what I'm saying? Of course I want more clients. Of course I want more coaching clients. But then, they'll come back and they'll say, so what's stopping you? And I'm like, there's nothing stopping me. I'm just right now pacing myself, right? I'm just pacing myself right now. I understand my capacity. So because I understand my capacity, I understand that I do want more clients, but I don't have the capacity to really take on a large amount of clients. So I'm okay with how things are growing in my life right now. I promise you I am. And so then they come back and they're just like, but you could make X amount of dollars and you could do this. And I come back and I say, but I'm pacing myself, right? Because whatever it is that I desire to do, whatever it is that I desire to dive into, I want to be prepared. I posted something the other day and it was something similar to about this preparation thing and how, you want to have things in place. And so I have a lot of business plans, y'all, because I am, and we'll talk about this another day, the difference between being a business owner, a hustler, and an entrepreneur. Totally different things, okay? Entrepreneur, hustler, business owner, they are totally different things, okay? So when you understand what those are, then you'll understand what I'm about to say. But there's a thing called pacing yourself so that I can be prepared, because I don't want to walk into something that I'm not prepared for. So you can come to me all day long and say, hey, I have this opportunity, right? But I want to be prepared. That way, when I walk into it, I'm able to give my all. It's okay. Let me help you out today, this morning. I don't know who this is for. It's okay to tell them that right now is not the right time. I know that opportunities are going to come. And like I tell people, opportunities are always going to come. There's always going to be somebody that needs their hair done. There's always going to be somebody that needs a business plan. There's always going to be somebody that needs your help, period. But the reality is sometimes we don't have the capacity to do it in that moment. And so sometimes it's okay for us to say, you know what? I got to pass on that. I know that it could bring me more money, but guess what? I'm going to have to pass on that. You know why? Because I'm not prepared. And I don't want to walk into this thing and I'm not prepared. I don't want to walk into this thing where I execute improperly. I don't want to walk into this thing where I may do it, but I don't do it with my all because I don't really have the capacity to do it right now. So I tell you this morning, I don't know who you are and who I'm talking to, but I'm telling you that it's okay to say no. I know the opportunity may seem like it's going to get you in front of crowds of people, but I promise you that it's okay to say no, because there's going to be another opportunity. As long as you are who you are, and as long as you have the gift and the passion within you to do the things that you want to do, that opportunity is going to come back up again. And when that opportunity comes back up again, then you're going to be prepared. There's this group, I'm not going to call them out. I absolutely love them. They have a really, really good business. But I told them from day one, when I seen what their business was, I said, this right here, this business is about to grow. Like, it's going to be amazing. Y'all need to have a plan right now, because I already see where you're going. See, this is where self has to get out the way, and we really have to be able to sit in that thing and not be so concerned about what other people are doing and how fast we're going to grow. Because the problem is sometimes we're trying to grow so fast that we miss this preparation. So I told him, I said, listen, y'all gotta have a plan. I see where this is going. I see how far this can go. I see how fast this thing can grow. And y'all need to sit down and have a plan so y'all all on the same page, because I see where this is going, right? And they came back some months later and they was like, we need help. Because somebody came to them with the opportunity and they didn't have their stuff in place. And so this is what I say, there's peace in preparation, because when somebody comes to you with now, like I said, sometimes you got to say no if you're not prepared, if you don't have the capacity. But there's other times where people are going to come to you and they're going to say, listen, I got $500,000. I want to invest into what you got going on, right? I need you to be able to say, This is my plan. This is where I'm going. This is where I see myself. In 5 years, I'm going to be here. In 1 year, I'm going to be here. Another perfect example is people that say they're going to buy a house. You don't have no savings. You don't know how much the house costs. You don't even know the neighborhood you want to live in. You don't know nothing about closing costs. You don't know nothing about all the different things that it takes to buy a house. But every year you keep on saying that this year is my year to buy a house. But you have not prepared to receive the blessing. You have not received you have not prepared for the thing that you want to receive. And so this morning, the only thing I came to say is that there's peace in preparation. There is a peace in being prepared for the things that you desire, for the things that you want. It's not enough to keep saying, I want this thing and I desire this thing and this is where I'm going to be, if we do not take the time to prepare for it. Discipline yourself. Discipline yourself to sit down. I want a house, right? So bad. But I need $10,000. Guess what? I got to discipline myself to not eat out. I got to discipline myself to stash away X amount of dollars every month so that by the end of the year, I can go and get what I want. But we have not done the first things first, and that's what? Preparation. Because I don't even know how much my house costs. I don't know how much it costs to have this business. I don't know how much my vendors are going to cost. How much are my vendors going to charge me? We got this whole entire, website done. And we're like, I'm going to charge, $15 for this. I'm going to charge $20 for this. But guess what? You don't even know what the vendor's going to charge you. You're just basing it off of somebody else's prices and don't even realize that you're shortchanging yourself. You don't even realize that there is a formula to this and I'm not properly doing the formula because I'm not prepared. Or I say that I want to do this, but I haven't first done the research on this market that I want to go in. But I just see everybody else is doing it. So let me just go ahead and do it. So then when we get into it, we don't have the power, the tenacity, or the knowledge to maintain it. We don't have the power. We don't have the tenacity. We don't have the maintenance to maintain this thing that we say that we want. All the time, people be like, I want a business. I want a business. I want to be an entrepreneur. Let's be clear. Everybody is not meant to be an entrepreneur. Everybody is not meant. There is nothing wrong with working a 9-to-5. Nothing, absolutely nothing wrong. There are just some people that I just believe we are graced to go into this entrepreneur field because guess what? It is not easy and it takes preparation. We see the money and we see the outcome, but we really don't understand what it takes to really maintain these things that we desire. That's why we have to prepare for it. That's why we have to make sure we do the research. In our preparation is called a thing called research. Research where you're going. Research where you want to be. Research the things that you desire so that you understand what it takes to maintain the things that you want. There's one thing. I said I'm going to do a relationship live one day. But I hear this thing, and it's going along with what I'm saying, so I just got to say it. Where a lot of people want these six-figured people. Six-figured, seven-figured man, seven-figure, six-figure woman, right? But do you understand the maintenance or what it takes to be with a person that is making that kind of money? Because let's be real, they're not sitting around all day. They're not looking at you all day. They're not just in one location sometimes. And so a lot of times we desire so much without really sitting in it and understanding what it takes to maintain the things that we desire. I want to have a business, but guess what? In growing, there are some years you're going to take a loss. There are some days you may not make no money. There are some days you may make a lot of money. But you got to do your research and understand where you're going so that you are prepared. I tell anybody, before you come off a 9-to-5 job, you need to have at least 6 months of steady income saved. My recommendation, if not more, before you come off your 9-to-5 if you want to start a business. What is that a part of? Preparation. There's some people, I tell you, like, if your job ain't hard, why come off your job? It's multiple streams of income. And so what happens is a lot of times we're looking for these multiple streams of income to become to become 6-figure, 7-figure things. But guess what? It's a stream. It's not the main thing. And so at the end of the day, you may have a stream here. You may have a stream there. You may have a stream here. All of it comes together to give you the thing that you desire. But we have to master this thing called preparation so that we understand what we're getting ourselves into before we decide to make these moves. You be looking at these people, y'all. You know, I'm going to keep telling you, stop watching people. Stop looking at people. Stop looking at where they are. Don't look at me. Please don't. Don't look at where I am. Because there's a lot of things, somebody put it on here like behind the scenes. There's a lot of things that go on behind the scenes a lot of times that we don't know about, that people are going through. There are so many people that are in debt, but you wouldn't know it, you know, because you just see their bags, their purses, their house, their lives, their cars, and they be barely making it. But you be like, I want that so bad, right? But the reality is, for whatever it is that you desire, for whatever it is that you want to do, y'all, listen, prepare for it. For me, I'm okay with my growth. I know a lot of times people just be like, you can do this, you can do that, go on a podcast, go here, go do this, you can travel here, go do this. And it's like they want to push you out, and it's amazing. But I am enjoying my journey of growing. I am enjoying my journey of building myself, what they say, organically, having organic followers. Like, I'm enjoying this journey. I don't need to pay for followers. I don't want to pay for followers. Whoever wants to follow and be coached, guess what? I embrace those. That's like in coaching. I tell people all the time, I don't take everybody in coaching. And I wouldn't expect you to take me, because the reality is I'm not for everybody, and you may not be the right one for me. And so what we have to do is, hey, let's talk it out first. Let's see if I'm the right one for you. Why? Because to me, it's not about the money, but it's about you getting to where you desire to be. And so I may not be the right person for you, and I'm okay with that. But that's why we have to understand this thing called preparation. There is peace in preparation. There is peace when we prepare. There is a peace of mind that comes from knowing that, guess what? Do I have mine? Yeah. There's a peace of mind that comes from planning out the things that you desire. This is my planner. A peace of mind that comes with knowing. You know why? Because I'm able to see what I'm doing, where I'm going, and I'm able to enjoy my journey. When you don't prepare, I'm going to say this. When you don't prepare, it makes it hard for you to enjoy the journey. When you don't prepare, it makes it hard for you to enjoy the journey. I'm going to say it again. When you do not prepare, it makes it hard for you to enjoy the journey. Because the reality is you always feel like you're rushed. You always feel like you're behind. You always feel like you're trying to speed up. You always feel like I'm wasting money, wasting time. Because guess what? You're not prepared. You know why people sometimes can't enjoy the journey of buying a house? Because guess what? When it pops up and says, we need $10,000 for this closing cost, and you ain't got it, and you ain't got nowhere to get that money from, you'd be sick. I'm trying to scrape up. I'm trying to work more hours. I'm trying to do all these things to try to gather up this money because I was not prepared. And so it takes the joy. I'm walking into this house in debt. I'm walking into this house unhappy. I'm walking into this house. Guess what? We got a house, but we can't afford. I can't afford no furniture because I decided to do something without being prepared. I am not in a rush to buy a house. One, because I'm going to buy the house that I want to buy. I'm not buying a house just to say that I have a house. People are like, oh man, you're doing well for yourself. Why you don't buy a house? I don't need to prove that I'm doing well by buying a house. And so the reality is what happens is we get pushed into doing certain things because we're looking at other people, but we forget this thing called preparation. I'm not walking into something. I'm not doing something just to prove a point to anybody. Perfect example is that I was doing this in-person vision boot camp, y'all. And I was so excited because a lot of people said, hey, we want to do in person. But guess what? People wasn't signing up. One thing I do not do is I don't do mess. And one thing I do not do is just throw something out there. I believe in doing everything in excellence, and I want to be prepared. So you know what I said? I ain't going to do it. You know why? Because I wanted to be prepared for whatever it was, and I want to give people my best. I was not going to go ahead and follow through with this just because I said that I was going to do it to prove a point to anybody. And a lot of times, the things that we're doing, I don't know why I'm going here, but I'm just going to go there. A lot of times, we're doing things to prove a point to other people. To prove that we're established, to prove that we got money, to prove that we're, this is a good one, to prove that we're over people that are in our lives. You were not prepared to go into that relationship. You were not prepared to start dating again, but I got to prove a point because I see what he's doing. I see what she's doing and they're dating again. You know what? So let me just go ahead and do it. And guess what? I was not prepared for it. So now I'm in it and I feel stuck. And that's what happened a lot of times in these businesses is that they're not prepared for it and you just go ahead and do it. And now you're in it and you feel stuck. Now you're in it. I feel like I already put it out there. I already told everybody I was starting a business. I already put all this money into it. I put the website out there. I did my grand opening, right? But I wasn't but I was not prepared for this. But I did it because I wanted to prove a point, or I did it because I wanted to do it, but I wasn't prepared for it. And so I say to you guys that there is peace that comes in preparation. If you're watching this later, make sure you guys comment, replay, because I really believe that someone needs to hear this, that there is peace in preparation. Whatever you desire, I'm telling you guys, it's not intangible. The things that you desire are not so far-fetched. But the thing is that we have to prepare for them and have a solid, clear plan of where we're going and what we're going to do. Just like with that soil. In order for that seed to grow and to take root, and to create a foundation, the first thing you have to do is prepare the soil. And so we're looking for the growth, we're looking for the tree, but we have not done first things first. And first things first is preparing the soil. Making it plowable, making it, loosening it up so that whatever I do actually goes down and penetrates. That's a word right there. That'll preach. Whatever I do will actually penetrate. The seeds that I sow will actually penetrate. It is, why do we stay up late at night for these businesses and we're making all of these sacrifices without first preparing for them? You just like losing sleep at this point. Because you're doing so many different things that nothing is actually getting done because you don't have a plan. And so this is what I talk about all the time in my coaching is that we do a lot of things that don't align with our end goal or where we're going because we don't have a plan. So we got to prepare this soil so that the seeds that you sow take root. So that the seeds that you sow will actually grow. So the seeds that you sow, they actually go deep enough to create a firm foundation for where you're trying to go. The preparation is your foundation. The preparation, it increases and it deepens your foundation. So again, I say there is peace. There is peace in preparation. There is a peace, a mind. You don't have, like, you're going to have anxiety sometimes. I get it. You're going to have these different fears and different things like that that's going to come. Of course. But the reality is there is a peace of mind that comes with knowing that I got a plan, that in 5 years, this is what my life look like. 3 years, this is what my life like. In 1 year, these are the things that I want to do. And these are the things that I'm going to do that are in alignment with what I want to do. And I know that if I do these things, guess what? It's going to yield results. If I do these things, it's in alignment with my end goal. And I know that if I do these, if I do the simple things, if I take out my workout clothes at night, if I take out my if I take out my weights, if I take out my shoes, if I set the alarm, I am more apt to get up and work out than just getting up and my alarm is not set. I don't have no clothes out. I'm not prepared. I want to do devotional in the morning, but my Bible ain't out. My journal's not out. I didn't set it. I didn't do the necessary things I needed to do to prepare myself to accomplish what it is that I want to do. So we keep on saying, I want things out of life. I want this. I want a new job. But do you look for a new job? Are you increasing your skills to get a new job? Are you taking the necessary classes to get a new job? Do you show up to work on time? Do you do your work when you get to work? Because we want things, but we don't put in the work to do it. And we're not prepared for it. Like, I want this new job, but guess what? I don't go to work on time. So they're not even going to give me a good, referral reference when I try to go to a new job. Why? Because I'm not preparing myself for the things that I want. So there is peace in preparation. That's all I came to tell y'all this morning. There's peace in preparation. Prepare yourself. Whatever it is that you desire to do, wherever it is that you want to do, wherever it is that you're trying to go, prepare yourself for it. You don't have to execute the business plan to make a business plan. I have multiple business plans right now of businesses I know I want to start. But guess what? I don't have the capacity nor the time to do them right now. So guess what? I'm not going to do it. I'm not ready. And that's okay. But let me tell you something. If somebody came to me today and said, listen, I got $1 million I want to sow into your life. What you going to do with it? You best believe that I'm about to pull out every folder, every plan, every book that I have already together, and I'm going to hand it to them. And I'm going to say, this is what I'm doing, and this is where I desire to go. And that's the same thing with your life, with your business, with whatever it is you desire to do. If somebody showed up, if the money came today, what is your plan? We say we want money. Like, I need to make $1 million. I want to be a millionaire. Okay, cool. But if you got $1 million, what you gonna do with it? Those people that win the lottery, they play the lottery. I feel you guys. I'm trying to go, y'all. But they play the lottery because they're desperate, right? They want money. They want fast money. They want quick money. But they really don't have a plan. And that's why a lot of times they get this money and they win the lottery and they blow through it. Why? Because there's no plan. They just know they want more money. And some of us are in that place where we say, I want more money, right? But if the more money came, would you know what to do with it? If you got a raise, would you know what to do with it? Are you prepared for the more money? Do you have a plan of action that says, when this money comes in, I'm going to do X, Y, and Z? Typically we don't, but we desire things. And that's the only thing I'm trying to say, is that life will happen, life will come up. But for the things that we desire, the things that we're seeking, for the businesses we desire to have, the places we desire to go, we have to be better prepared for the journey. We have to be better prepared for the things we want to do. Why? Because there's peace in preparation. You guys have a wonderful day.